welcome back for another Tool Time Tuesday. I'm Melissa Muir. Today I'm going to tackle a little problem that I get a lot of questions about, and that is with any of the coil cutters, whether it's a coil cutter, jump ring maker, jump ringing system. There's a number of them that are out there. They all seem to have one of the same problems, which is when you go to cut your coil inside of the guide that's in here, the jump rings tend to either spit out, or when that happens, or even if they lay down flat, this will collapse and it makes it so that it's very difficult to actually cut all the way through an entire coil. So one of the things that I like to do is I will take my coil and I've got just some painter's tape, and what I like to do is just cut this up so that it not necessarily covers the entire way around my rings, but it gives it enough support that when I go through and cut my coil, it will hold them together. So you can kind of see here, I'm just going to press that into here pretty good. So you can see here it doesn't cover up the entire coil, but I've got definitely enough surface on here that is taped together that I will be able to hold this together as I come and cut through that. I'm just going to cut off the excess ends here. Again, just make sure everything is tight on there. And now what I can do is I can insert this into my coil cutting guide and begin to cut this. I don't want to cut through the tape. It's going to do one of two things. One, it can dull my blade by cutting through the paper. And two, because of the tape that's on here, it can also gum up the blade. So there's a couple of different things you want to kind of keep in mind. I'm going to just lubricate the top of my coil where the blade is going to go through. At this point, I can go ahead and insert this into my coil cutter. I just want to make sure I get this lined up so that the lubricated part is on top and the tape is on the bottom. There we go. Now I'm going to take some time here, tighten this down. Just verify that everything is lined up inside. You can kind of see there that I've got my coil in there. And at this point, I'm ready to begin cutting my blade or cutting my rings again. So I'll just get my blade in here in position. Now I've got this where I'm holding it up against a lip that's on my counter. But you can secure this in a vise or something else. But you definitely want to have a way to make this a little bit more secure. Want to make sure that I wait for my blade to stop before I pull out. At this point, everything is still pretty secure in there. Nothing popped out at me. My guide didn't collapse on me. Pull out my rings and they're all still attached. You can see one fell off, but that was it. And at this point, I can just take this and dump this into my baggies that I have prepared. So I like to kind of store mine. I'll write on them what's in there and I'm good to go. So that's just a quick little tip from me of how to make it so that you get a good cut on your rings.